Don't look under the internet.
You had on that when you were prepared.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Well, Mike, you've got what you've got now. So
We'll see how this goes anyways, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet. Okay, well, there's 4 of them here. I think.
This is nervous, Michael, because I was not prepared for this aspect of it. I thought it was going to be a live episode.
It is.
It is.
Without the recording aspect happening.
That is not. Not that.
Huh?
No.
Apparently not. That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
I'll manage. So we've been going on. This would be a weird one because we're recording this 12 hours into our 24-hour DLUTITHON.
My
For
favorite
those who
part
didn't
is
make
that
it out or did, hello.
my favorite part is that if he thinks if he closes his eyes, everybody else will just disappear.
He's probably not real.
He's reading a document.
It's-
I taped to my
He's got a
eyelids.
teleprompter in his eyelids.
No, it just helps me focus. So yeah, this is Devastator said do Vegeta more. Yeah, we might have to. You might hear weird voices because we're taking donations as we
might
record
do
this.
weird things mid episode.
Yeah, so
that require you to see us.
Mind with us a bit, but
because right now we got a $10 donation and we have to talk in weird voices.
we're gonna do that in the middle of the episode.
We're doing it right now.
just for
Okay.
a minute, I think like a sentence or so.
It does say for some
some
And they want me
for
to
some
do a
time.
Vegeta, so I gotta really channel that inner.
Okay.
That
Open her
inner
up with
daddy vision.
Vegeta.
I made a short list of mine.
Yeah. Okay.
really writes them down.
I don't know why I have the headphones
Yeah.
on. They're so useless right now.
I was thinking maybe we could do an episode that we didn't record, but here I am. I was wrong, you see.
And now we're recording.
And now we're recording, but that's okay. So we're going to move on to our topic today. My whole race has been destroyed by the evil villain Frieza,
Stupid monkey.
and I don't like him very much.
Michael.
That's all I can do. My throat is dead.
Yeah, no, that's
all you're
enough.
getting from it.
I did a little Kermit for
Yeah.
a little while, but no.
What's the topic, Mike?
So we're going to talk about a
we have-
topic that is very interesting to us.
Do
Yeah.
we have any housekeeping at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Do we have
Did you
anything we
check
want to
that?
do beforehand?
This is going.
No, I checked it. I checked.
Have we ever done this before?
Housekeeping.
Clap above your head. Okay.
There it is. Cut me a fucking break. It's 12 hours. We have,
I don't think I've ever stayed up this long.
We have
before.
queso Iraq. That's a cheese Iraq.
That's not bad.
That's actually
Love
a
it.
fun one.
Love it.
Mr. Giggles.
Mr. Giggles.
Giggles.
Yo, that Mr. Giggles has been in the chat all day, just dropping money bombs on
Yeah.
us.
Yep.
Fucking
Mr.
props to him.
Giggies.
And by money bombs, I mean charitable donations
Fourth
to the
wall?
Cancer Society.
Yeah.
Members on Fourth Wall, dude. We have Mike Sucks Dicks. 426 Forgot that existed.
Best name almost so far.
That is-
Forgot that existed. Thank
that is
you.
right in the line.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
like
hot
you.
cheese.
that's like 12.
If you would like to become a member and get bonus content and hear me shout out names that are apparently very mean to me, you could go to patreon.com/DLUTIPod or our website at diluted.com. Boys. Oh,
Boys.
Matt,
Yeah.
Men.
Doug,
Hello.
Yeah.
Jason,
Hi. Hello.
viewer.
Viewer.
Are we editing video with this or is it straight audio?
I don't know.
I don't know how
We'll
that
see
would
what
work
I-
for you.
happens.
I'm not. We'd have to rip it from the live stream. We'll figure
Good
that
luck.
out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Viewer, me.
This
Maybe we'll need a week off
since it's
after
part
this.
of the live stream. Maybe we should just leave it in the live stream and just only upload it to Spotify.
Yeah, that makes
Or
sense.
whatever.
That makes a
Yeah,
lot of sense for sure.
Yeah, so we don't have
Coach.
to edit it.
Check the live stream. Maybe we can like put those like pins in it, like where you like can chapter stuff. And,
Yeah.
Like here's the live episode.
Well,
Yeah, we'll probably do it that way.
So we have we've been drinking a lot of Liquid Death lately. They haven't sponsored
Liquid
us,
Dickwood.
but they have
Liquid
liked
D.
something of ours on Twitter. pretty much counts as a sponsorship. So I'm going to say that we've been sponsored by Liquid Death.
One of us
They
looks-
sponsored
yeah.
this content.
Yeah.
Basically.
So they have a drink that
Everything
you like.
we
They
say
had to-
is their express opinion.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We are representatives.
Can we get sued now for that?
We own Liquid Death.
We can probably get sued.
Yeah.
I take
It's a joke.
April Fool's Day.
Anyway,
Maybe.
but Doug, Liquid Death made a drink. They had to change the name, but you liked it. It was called the Armless Palmer, right?
Oh yeah, it's Armless Palmer, but now.
So what we're talking about
Holy
tonight,
shit! Holy shit!
wow,
they
that was
help people in a situation where they may be armless.
That was
Okay.
a fucking
All right.
fantastic.
Top tier boots.
Where is this kind of goal
goofing.
every Tuesday?
You got to
You just got to put the pressure on him
Yeah,
real hard.
yeah.
Make him
you
nervous.
got to
Tighten the
make me
screws.
like anxious for
Tighten the gesticles.
about 45
the
minutes
gesticular
straight.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I've
gesticle
had
system.
nothing
Yeah.
but anxiety for 45 minutes straight right now for some reason. But today
That's
we're
why the
talking about a
caffeine.
topic. It's called, and I don't know if I'm going to butcher this or not, but ephemeral sensations?
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral sensations.
What's the
It's-
definition of that word, Mike?
I don't know. Jason,
That's right.
do you know? You're a smart
Yeah,
man.
it's lasting for a short time. That's one of them. Otherwise, it has to do with like feelings.
Short-term sensations. I prefer lowered expectations myself. Am I
Oh,
right?
hey, got him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is an interesting thing. I found it on liveleak.com. I'll talk about that in a second. And from there, we kind of just did a little bit of an investigation and went into quite the rabbit hole into this whole.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this
If I'm
was
being
this
100%.
this is kind of different than a lot of stuff we've looked into.
Yeah. It gets very fascinating, very convoluted. So if a lot of it doesn't make sense, bear with us because it's the
Yeah.
information that was given to
It's
us.
difficult to put this back together, too.
Yeah, because it's
like,
been like scraped.
It's
Well-
very spread out across the internet, and a lot of places where it was,
It's been scraped thin,
there
like
is.
Well, yeah,
not enough butter on bread.
it's hard to find without using other websites that allow you to like go back in time and shit. Jason was
Wayback
the one that
Machine, yeah.
found this whole thing, so like we've done our own research and just kind of are now mushing it all together. So here
we
you
go.
Yeah, honestly, this one it was a weird one. I didn't really know how to like classify this.
There wasn't a good way to outline it.
No, fuck
There was
no.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but-
so we're gonna do our best to make sense.
Well,
of
we'll
this.
also start with this, but the beginning. Am I right, fellas?
From the top.
Smell
Yeah.
us. Am I right?
Make
Where's
it
the
drop.
beginning, Mike? Where
So-
could you find this?
I found this on liveleak.com.
Yeah,
You did.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. So here's the reason being.
What were you doing on live when you stumbled across this?
Yep.
Is my question.
So I've been trying to look for content that is off YouTube, but in somewhere where like more
Edgy.
edgy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like think about it.
he was looking
I'm
for
thinking
two
We've
girls.
We've covered a lot of shit, but it's got to stay in like the YouTube censorship. So like a lot of it, like you can't like say like curse words that often. They have to like
That's
pull
the
back
prime
on like the
example.
gore aspect. And sometimes there's things that YouTube will censor. Like sometimes they'll have issues with certain pieces of music that would fit in with certain stories.
You can't just casually scroll on YouTube and see a beheading video.
Right, exactly.
That's-
So
I'm not
what
looking
you're
for that.
saying is the good shit.
You know what?
Yeah,
There's
it's
a
up to you.
chance you might if it got posted there in like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
But
that's
otherwise,
fair.
no.
But so I was looking for like just. I feel like you could find more obscure shit on LiveLeak rather than just on YouTube.
Okay.
So I was looking on there, and I found this whole thing. It was basically a catalog of 4 videos. Okay, and it was under this catalog called the Ephemeral catalogs.
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to break these down, but essentially what I'm gathering from this is it looks like 4, like, I guess, like early 2000s-esque commercials. I don't know how else to say it other than that.
Okay.
They just give off that vibe that, like, they're from the early
I
triple O's.
love
Right, yeah.
2000s commercials, and I say this because I will literally watch YouTube videos of just like old school videos like that,
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
and like there is a vibe, like they just did not give a shit.
It's
back
very
then. Like,
weird.
Mindless consumerism.
yeah, like
Plastic shit.
pay us 4 payments of $39.99 for our toaster. Like,
Want
you're like
plastic to organize your plastic?
It do be like that
Yeah.
back in the day. But
place your liver with ours.
But we had these commercials seem to be advertising for a biotech company called ephemeral,
Ephemeral.
whatever.
Yeah.
Ephraim.
Ephraim. Ephraim sensations. And this is kind of how they go. I'm just gonna give like a brief description of them each, because in these videos, there's not a lot of action that happens in them, but I think the videos themselves are just kind of interesting. So the first one starts off, it's like the ending of the show, Everybody Loves Raymond.
What?
Yeah, it's like the ending of the show. Like the show is ending, and then it fades to black, and then it opens up to the commercial.
Oh,
And it's this
gotcha.
woman
Okay.
in a lab coat.
We got a
and she's
$10 donation.
Hell yeah.
They can wait till I'm done describing this one.
Sorry. I just read
No,
the title
Vegeta.
of Mike's notes. It's been 12 hours.
Aren't you going to talk like you're the prince of all
I
saints?
can't right now. My throat will give out.
Do an easy one.
What?
Do
Do
Mike.
an easy one. Sorry. Sly Sky Seaman. Oh wow. Okay. Sly Sky Seaman donated $10 on Fourth Wall. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Thanks,
will do,
Seaman.
I will do Squidward. I know you did Squidward, but I didn't. So anyway,
You gotta get angrier.
anyway, so it cuts to a woman in a lab coat talking to the camera. SpongeBob. And she mentions the ephemeral sensations, which this company is specialized. I can't do the voice. This company apparently is a company that is specializing in researching gene therapy for people like amputees, those born with birth defects, and those just in general need with other conditions such as like blindness, deafness, and even in need of like organ transplants. Their goal is apparently to cure those in need and to heal them of their trauma. That's pretty
noble.
much it. It's like short, sweet, to the point, and then it fades out with the logo for Ephemeral.
Ephemeral?
Yeah.
And
Frumpy Trundle.
yeah, Frumpy Trumbull, and then it goes back to like you're watching fucking the U.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
So it was like almost like
it was
a
a-
cutout
yeah,
from
it
like a
was
TV program.
Exactly, it was like a commercial,
Like
a
a little like info segment in between. Okay, gotcha.
The second one, it starts off again with our woman in the lab coat.
I was struggling. I was like, what does Everybody Loves Raymond have to do with this?
That's
So
just what happened in the video.
confused. Got it.
But
Okay.
it starts off again with the woman in the lab coat, but this time she's explaining one of the specifics of one of the treatments that are currently in progress. This is with a man named Joseph. He was a veteran who lost one of his legs. Apparently in this, they
Poor guy.
mention that they're working on ways to help him actually obtain the ability to walk again through trial flesh replacements.
Through what?
Trial flesh replacements.
Just go.
Now, we get a little bit of a monologue piece from Joe, and he hasn't started the trials yet, but it's like him, like he's like in like the
he's
the-
like the scrubs or the
yeah,
patient gown or whatever.
yeah, he's in like in the patient gown,
yeah.
and it's him basically talking about how excited he is that this company is wanting to work with him, and he mentions how like he's very thankful for the program that they put him in, because with how his financial like issue is, he's like, there's no way I would have been able to afford this without ephemeral. Ephemeral.
If you
just
just
gonna
mumble
turn
it, they won't know you're saying it right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. If I just cover my mouth, I'm good. Someone else will say it and blurp over me.
Just mouth it,
just insert
just
it
mouth
later.
it, and one of us
Ephemeral.
will say it. Ephemeral.
There you go.
Yeah.
But he's just like talking it up, and he's like, I'm really appreciative. I'm really excited to be able to hopefully walk again. And then it cuts back to our lady in white, and she's just like, ephemeral, like, hey, we're doing the thing. They got a slogan. I forgot it. I wrote it down somewhere. Hang on. It was a better company
Yeah.
for a better tomorrow.
Yep.
So it's just logo, a better company for a better tomorrow, and then it fades away.
Company.
Video 3. Here we go again with the lab coat woman. She's talking about the benefits of ephemeral research. Not only are they making advancements in the medical field, but they're also looking into the oncoming virtual reality like boom that they expect is going to be taking place. They said they are looking at ways to make virtual reality a more immersive place for players.
Mm-hmm.
The video then goes on to show, and this shows that it's like an early 2000s-esque thing because they didn't know what the fuck virtual reality was back then. It shows a man playing like a game of like virtual tennis. You know those old where like he's just like on like a shitty like tennis.
Yeah. Is it
field.
like it's the actual? They need the full tennis court anyway, but it's like VR.
Yeah, and he hits a ball, and he's like, "Wow, it's just like the real thing." and then he's like he like goes like this, and then it shows him like taking off like a helmet in his house. But
Nice.
he's like, "Whoa!" Like he's like flabbergasted that he's playing tennis for real. And then again, it cuts to the logo, and it's a better company for a better tomorrow. The last one we get. This one starts off with a disclaimer, and it said, due to public outrage, this commercial has been cut. This is just for department files. I'm like, okay, what are you typing over there?
No,
Don't fucking worry about it.
I'm doing your performance review, Mike.
So we do not open up this time with the lab coat woman, but we do hear her. She's kind of like monologuing over a little bit.
The lab coat.
It opens. It's basically her just going ephemeral. A better company for a better tomorrow. And then it opens up in this house, and it opens up to a man, and he comes. He's talking to the camera, and he's not in the room, but he's talking to the camera, and he's like, "Oh man, that was great." And he like walks out out of this doorway, and the doorway doesn't have a door; it's got like those beads hanging down.
Oh, okay, like the 70s, like
Yeah.
divider.
Yeah, and it's got the beads that are come down. He walks on. He's just like in a robe. And
Dick out?
Dude, basically, and just wait, basically, and he comes out of his room and he talks about how great his sex life has gotten ever since his implant, and he thanks Ephemeral for the procedure, and he's like, ever since I got the procedure, the ladies have been all over me. And then this lady like
And she's
walks
also
out
Bill
of the
Cosby.
room. She like walks out of the room and she gets a little kiss on the cheek, and she's also like, "Yeah, thanks, Ephemeral. Like,
me.
yeah, thanks, Ephemeral. The implant was a success." And they like look at the camera. And they go do that little like kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yowza.
Yeah. The commercial then ends, but there's like no logo this time around, and it comes up with that review thing again, and it basically says this ad did not pass with peer review, and will not air. Please disregard this ad. It is for file purposes only. As this is on the screen, you do hear the man in the background, and he starts screaming, and he's like, "Why is it doing that? What is happening? Why is it doing that?" Then it cuts to black, and if you look at the description for the video, you'll see this link to it's like a WordPress or like a document kind of thing, and all it says is public interest and interest on Ephemeral was going extremely well until the incident. Doctors have been researching ways to bypass the issues that have been coming from recent procedures. Disregard any further surgical what's the fucking word I'm looking for? I forgot it.
Basically, they want to stop.
Yeah,
They want to stop going forward with this.
Yeah, thank
because
you,
This is
thank
not
you.
okay.
Yeah, they're like, disregard any further surgical
Requests.
tests. Requests. Thank you. Yes. I didn't write that. I just wrote down fucking bad doctor note.
It's a good thing I work in the field. I guess.
Bad doctor, bad
doctor
work.
note. But that's really all we get from this bit. But from the sounds of it, you guys found a little bit more about the subject.
Yeah, so I was able to locate a couple different things. So I was kind of more focused on like the actual like press around this kind of like this lab, and like what they were kind of doing in general. And I was able to find a YouTube video uploaded to this like fucking random website that's like not on YouTube anymore. And basically, it looked like when it was posted, it was like somebody was filming a YouTube video, like they were watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like on a computer.
Oh,
from
like
whenever.
Yeah.
And the name literally said Ephemeral Chronicles, like it was like a documentary or something. And the title of the video is called "Unveiling the Secrets Inside Ephemeral Sensations Ground."
Can you read that like? Revealing the secrets.
No, we need another $10 donut. I forgot about that voice.
Secret number 15.
Oh,
Groundbreaking
right.
research. The content in this video starts with an introduction from Ephemeral Sensations, and it basically it's like a 2 or 3 minute video. Like it's super short, but basically it highlights like these little bullet points of the research that's led by Dr. Paul Fish and Dr. Andrea Rossi. And these two are, I guess, the head of this laboratory, right? So, and they did most of the research that Mike was just talking about. But viewers are taken on a virtual tour inside this like research facility. And it's showcasing the laboratories. It's like bustling with activity. There's like, you know, people in their lab coats walking around and like looking very professional, doing like doctor, like scientist things. You know what I'm saying? It's very
test tube full of green
it's very,
liquid.
Like, too
yes.
good to be true. Like you're watching like just I don't know. Like it just seems like
Amateur laboratory.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is exactly like
yeah.
they're like the science we're doing is
Waiting on Kate
fine.
Johnson.
Yeah.
To come out. Just be like,
Life
But-
gives you lemons.
yeah.
Make life take the lemons back.
Make orange juice. Yeah, but so like it has like these like quick interviews with some scientists providing their insight to their work. And they mentioned that they're doing a lot of cross germinating with fungi. And
I
it's
cross germinate with fungi all the time.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You had to find out this way.
But they're basically talking about how this application can be good with gene therapy. And as the video progresses, attention is drawn to it almost seems like it almost feels like they're hiding something, or like there's like a secret, you know what I'm saying? Like when you watch it, you can tell that they're just
It's like overly happy.
it's like yeah,
Is it
it's
the man's
it's
penis?
like they're all on just like a massive amount.
Yeah,
His penis.
That's what's alluded to for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just very like hunky dory, like this is the good science
He
we're
said-
doing, and
he
like,
Not the bad exploding penis.
nothing bad with this science.
Take him to
Um,
the explosion. Yeah. Why is he doing
burped,
that?
burped his dick
He
to him.
burped his dick too.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't,
worst,
I don't know
but-
how to get out of burping a dick too hard, so I'm just gonna go. Okay, so the next thing I have, I was able to find a newspaper article that was actually written like it almost reads like a conspiracy theorist
Like Joe
was
Rogan?
like, I gotta find out what's going on here.
Alex Jones did.
Yeah, and this is from the Sentinel Gazette, and it says, the enigmatic ephemeral sensations unraveling the conspiracy theories. In the corridors of scientific innovation, one institution has emerged as a focal point of intrigue and speculation. Nestled away in the public eye, this research facility, led by Dr. Paul Fish and Dr. Andrea Rossi, has become the subject of numerous conspiracy theories with whispers of hidden agendas and covert operations permeating the scientific community. At the heart of these theories lies the clandestine nature of Ephemeral Sensations' internal operations. A recent expose delved deep into the institution's hidden agenda, shedding light on the secretive practices concealed behind closed doors. Through a combination of investigative journalism and expert analysis, evidence surfaced suggesting that critical information is being deliberately withheld from the public. Central to the speculation is the Institute's work with cross-germinating fungi, touted as groundbreaking research aimed at stimulating nervous responses and revolutionizing gene therapy. However, interviews with whistleblowers has cast doubt on the transparency of their endeavors. Reports indicate questionable practices with the research, fueled with, true motives and the two doctors. So one of these whistleblowers basically said they're like quoted in here, but basically they like wrote like a small synopsis of like what one of the whistleblowers, this Dr. Cassandra Reed, said, and it says, amidst the shroud of secrecy, enveloping ephemeral sensations, disturbing allegations have surfaced regarding the utilization of amputees in their research endeavors. Unsubstantiated reports suggest that the Institute ostensibly conducting groundbreaking studies with the germinating fungi may be exploiting the sensations of residual limbs and amputees. Whispers of ethically questioned practices abound, insinuating that individuals who still perceive sensations in their missing limbs are being subjected to covert experiments aimed at creating phantom limbs, and these chilling rumors hint at the manipulation of the neural pathways of amputees to induce these sensations, corresponding to artificial appendages. While concrete evidence remains elusive, the emergence of such disconcerting claims only serves to deepen within the enigma surrounding the lab and the true nature of its pursuits. So it sounds like what they're doing is... You listening to something real hard?
Yes, sorry.
So it sounds like what they're doing is they're doing this fungi testing on these like amputees, and they're reporting like phantom limb syndrome. But the craziest thing that I found was in this article, if you like look into this Dr. Cassandra Reed, you'll see this like lab document, and literally it's kind of wild. So it says it's the date is redacted, but subject ES 1398-001, research facility, ephemeral sensations, and the experiment title is neural response modulation in amputees. I'm not going to go over the whole document. It's kind of lengthy, but the procedure says a 45-year-old male with a history of left lower limb amputation due to trauma was recruited for the study. The subject underwent a series of neurological assessments, including a sensory mapping and neural imaging, to elucidate the neural mechanisms underlying residual limb sensations. Concurrently, the subject received controlled administration of cross-germinating fungi extraction aimed at stimulating nervous responses. And the observations are: the subject constantly reported sensations resembling those of a missing lower limb despite its physical absence. So basically saying, hey, I still feel this limb that's gone that you guys took, right? And additionally, the subject began to express an unusual sensation of limbs that did not belong to him, describing that he was feeling other limbs from other patients in the lab.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so like they took somebody's arm and like they could feel that like other arm.
Oh shit.
So basically what they say is
My
that
10th pinky feels
Did
funny.
they like intend for this to happen, or was this just like something that randomly started?
I don't think they
occurring?
intended to do this. I think
Okay.
they were just like, what happens if we
What's
do
the
this?
reverse of phantom pain? Well, I guess it's still phantom pain.
Phantom pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that they said is that
I mean, I guess you're not wrong.
sensory mapping revealed a localized neural activity corresponding to both the phantom limb and perceived sensations of external limbs, suggesting an altered perception of self and others. So
What?
basically, the neural imaging indicated heightened interconnectivity in the, I don't know what this is, the somatosensory cortex. I'm sure it's part of the brain.
Somatosensory, yeah. It's basically what allows you to interact with the world around you.
But it kind of seemed like these people that are undergoing this like special fungi treatment are like kind of hive-minding phantom limbs.
So okay. If I'm understanding that correctly, what you're saying
There's
is
a lot
they
of
get the-
words that I
They
said.
get this procedure done, right? They get amputated, and then they go through this gene therapy that these doctors came up with.
From what I've read, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Afterwards,
once the limbs are gone, they not only can still feel their, like, let's say you get your arm removed, they still feel that arm even though it's gone. But now they actually have the sensation of other people's limbs as well.
Like, can they feel them moving?
Very prepared, Mike.
It's a lab write-up, so it's not really super detailed.
Fair.
But I was just but basically, it seems like in conclusion, they were like, we need to keep testing. Like, we need to keep figuring out how this works and stuff like that. So it's really weird. That's all I was able to find. I didn't find much because I was just trying to figure out like what the fuck was going on in this lab for the most part.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
And it's kind of wild actually. Like that you can see this information.
Why?
If I thought that I fucking felt someone else's arm, like that was in a
I'd
different.
be very concerned.
What if you could
That would
feel
be
someone else's
weird.
butt? Like you're like, oh, they're taking a poop.
And what
Like
if
you
they
can
had,
feel the poop coming out of
would
the
you
door.
feel the other butthole?
Like,
Two
Would-
buttholes.
Would your butthole react?
would it
Yeah.
like
Would it start?
Would it
like,
open around the poop that isn't there, and then like?
I
Could
feel
you
like
imagine
that's not going to happen.
getting
but
tricked
I
into
feel like
thinking you're
maybe it would
shitting?
tighten. Maybe you would you shit yourself, dude? If you what if
Oh
you,
my God.
what if you connected to other people's buttholes in the hospital and then you suddenly gain the power to make other people shit themselves just by like forcing yourself?
Hey, what's up? And I'm gonna make you shit your own pants.
Yeah.
Only use your powers for
Oops, I
good.
shit your pants.
No,
Oops, I grabbed my pants.
someone must have
Um,
shit your pants.
I will say that's all I have on my end. However, I did want to note in 10 minutes, we're going to just pause the episode for a second and we're going to run that giveaway because it's almost 9 o'clock.
do you just
Ghoulish Mortals giveaway.
do you just want to hit the pause button right now?
do it after your section. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that was really all I had. So we can run it now.
Okay, cool. If you press and hold. Cool.
Welcome back.
Wow,
There it is.
How you say American bird scooter?
How do you say American bird scooter?
How do you say bird
Um,
scooter in American?
Bird scooter.
I don't know. How do you say money in Australia?
It's Australian for money.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Zowie.
What a cut in.
Jason's dead.
I just want to shout out Dushan Mandic for winning the giveaway again as well. I'm glad if you didn't hear it happen if you're listening to this episode, but Dushan Mandic won a $50 gift card to Ghoulish Mortals. They are the sponsor of this giveaway and
Hell
episode.
yeah. Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna throw up. Actually,
Is it the real serious tone that I'm taking, or what did I miss?
Dude, I don't know. This is 13 hours of like doing this. This is insane.
For me, it was like I was looking at Matt. I'm just like, wow, he's out. Transition in, and then we're just having a conversation. I just hear Doug in the background, just very just to the letter, just and thank you, Dushan Mandic.
I can't. Oh my fucking
Oh
god.
my
Okay.
God.
we're not even drunk.
No, I feel fucking drunk though.
I do too.
Okay. Where the fuck were we? Wowie zowie and all that.
It's your time to talk.
Is it?
Also, the
No, it's
episode
my
is
time
on,
to talk.
the episode's on
Bitch.
ephemeral
Sensation.
sensations.
Ephemeral sensation.
Life's so hard.
What?
Carry on.
Please tell me we haven't been recording this entire time or something. Is it backwards? It's backwards, isn't it? I swear to God.
Hey, whatever, dog. Hey, whatever.
No wonder I was having such a fucking hard time with your audio.
He's like over here, like fucking like
I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
he's sliding knobs and turning keys over here like it's a fucking madman.
I was so confused.
That's why I'm so fucking confused.
Of course. Okay. Holy shit.
Wowie zowie, y'all.
Wow, he's out.
Who's next?
You can't ask such hard questions.
Who
I
up now?
have notes. I think Matt's supposed to talk.
Yeah, I am. Oh, I didn't spell that right.
Notes.
So,
Okay.
okay. All right. Get serious. Get serious. Wow. Ezowie. So, what Doug was talking about last time was the videos that he found about the research that was going on in the facility. And he mentioned a couple of individuals in those videos. And so I wanted to find more information about the people that were mentioned in Doug's videos. And so the first one of those was Paul Fish that Doug mentioned. And it's not easy to find a lot of information about him. So I went digging on the internet, and the only thing I was actually able to find was some video files on archive.org that, like, they're not on a web page or anything. They're just video files that look like they've been ripped from like a tape or something that were just uploaded to the archive.
Oh.
And they're interviews with a couple of doctors that work for Ephemeral Sensations or worked for Ephemeral Sensations. And so the first one is an interview with Paul Fish, and he goes into
Fish.
and so he goes into why.
Oh, what do you call a fish without the eye?
Fish without eyes. It's a fish without eyes. What do you call
Why
fish?
didn't Bigfoot do very well? On this?
Oh my god. Okay.
Back on track.
He just couldn't focus.
Yeah,
Yeah, got it.
Much
All right.
like us.
Anyway,
Much like-
this is an interview with
He
Paul
was very
Fish.
good at school.
And he goes into the reason why he started Ephemeral Sensations. And basically what I swear to fucking God, basically what he talks about is he was a neural like surgeon and a a doctor basically who specializes in the human nervous system. And I swear, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard. Okay.
I'm trying hard too, man.
Quick,
No, I
we need
know.
more meth.
I'm just failing.
Oh my god. Anyhow, so the reason that he started ephemeral sensations was he started developing this neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome. And it's a syndrome that you develop that basically causes weakness in your muscles, and like you start getting tingly sensations and stuff like that. And essentially what it is it's just like your nervous system degrading, and you start losing control of like your extremities and things like that. And so he really wanted to find a solution and like utilize his background to try to come up with some sort of treatment for his condition. So he started ephemeral sensation with the idea of trying to reconstruct the nervous system and do research on his condition and try to fix what was going on to him or what was going on with him. And so he eventually gets the help of a Dr. Andrea Rossi. And this Dr. Rossi is actually a specialist in what Doug mentioned earlier, which is like fungal shit, essentially. And what Dr. Rossi was able to figure out was that like the way that fungi connect to each other. I don't know if you've ever seen the way mushrooms are like rooted into the ground and shit, but it's basically like a gigantic nervous system.
Yeah, it's a huge network of like
right.
all these spores and shit like
right.
touching each other.
And so Dr. Rossi talks about how a lot of the ways that these funguses talk to each other through this network actually really replicates the way that the human nervous system talks to itself. And so they started collecting samples of these funguses and doing what Doug mentioned, which is basically combining these cells with amputated body parts and figuring out that they can kind of reanimate the body parts. And so through being able to reanimate these body parts, they think that they can essentially fix people who have problems with their extremities that are caused by neurological issues. And that's kind of the bread and butter of what Ephemeral Sensations does. But the interviews are pretty short, and that's kind of like the end of that interview. But the only other file that I was able to find on this was actually a third interview from Dr. Rossi. And it's kind of vague, but it goes into like this oopsie that they had at the laboratory, which it kind of seems like might have something to do with what Doug was talking about, where patients were like being able to connect to each other's body parts and shit. And essentially what happened was they accidentally released these spores that were like a combination of these funguses and human DNA into the air in the facility. And that stuff started like getting into all the patients' bodies and creating like these weird pathways between not only amputated limbs, but like from one patient to another. But it doesn't really go much into what the consequences of this were. It's like the interview is very panicked and like kind of cut short. It seems like these have just been chopped out of like a larger piece of a documentary.
Oh, gotcha.
And then re-uploaded here on archive.org for some reason. But I can't actually find any more information about what documentary this came from or who actually did the interviews or anything like that.
It's just like these.
It's funny because like it seems like all the documents that I was able to find or any videos, like there's no trace to like an original ever.
Right.
Like it's like a picture of a video or like a picture of a printed document or like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's
like
no
a
like
chunk cut out,
Right.
Like this random thing.
And there's no
yeah.
catalog of this shit somewhere where like somebody has been like, hey, here's all the things that we know about this. It's
yeah,
just like,
nobody's really even talking about it online, which is
Right.
the kind of the weird part. A, it's why we're talking about it now, but
Right.
like B, it's just like I don't know, it's strange because usually we can like I feel like we're getting all this information, but it's like almost like circling itself, if that makes sense. Like we're getting the like puzzle pieces in just like a circle here. Like I don't know, it's just kind of strange.
All the squares make a circle.
All
right.
circles make a triangle.
All these squares make a circle.
Did you know that all other shapes can fit inside a triangle?
Like all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that any shape can go inside another shape if you just push hard enough?
Or if you make it smaller?
Or if you use enough lubricant?
Hmm.
And then push hard enough.
And then push hard enough.
What?
Anyway,
Anyway, that's kind of like all the information that we have on the key players that like set up this organization.
It doesn't sound like it's like a. I don't know. If it is, I could be 100% wrong, but it just doesn't sound like it's like an established thing. You know what I mean? Especially with all these little pieces.
Seems very experimental.
Yeah,
for sure.
Is this from the videos? Actually, this is a good question. What did it look like? It was like highly funded. Like it looked like it had like a bunch of shit, like labs.
No, like, and that's the thing is like, these interviews weren't conducted obviously in like a really high tech facility. It's like it's just like cinder block rooms. It's not like dungeony,
right?
But it's like
kind of
it could be like your local middle school.
Oh,
right.
Okay,
so it's not like what you would expect, like high tech, like sleek metal walls and shit like that with this sort of research. If this is like a real thing, like you would think that you would have heard about this for sure, like reanimating people's limbs.
Well, I mean, it just sounds like a fucking like a miracle thing.
Right.
Like it's weird to read about like this, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But I don't know. Jason, do you have some information about more of like the methodologies and stuff that they use in this lab?
So Ephemeral Sensations, again, headed by Dr. Rossi, and Dr. Fish.
Dr.
They're this, I guess we'll call it experimental like gene therapy or introduction of like fungus into the human nervous system, which is a weird fucking thing to say. It essentially works by taking like same concept that Matt was talking about with the like all the mushrooms in the forest and how all their root system is connected. Essentially what this would do is if you were to take a portion, like if you were to sever that root system, part of that system no longer can talk to the other part, right? What this is going to do is it's going to take these fungal spores that they've been researching, and it's going to essentially try to bridge that gap and create like a neural bridge between like working tissue and then the amputated tissue.
It's regrowing neurons.
Right. Essentially, it's regrowing neurons. It's reinforcing the myelin sheath so it can actually talk to the human body again.
It's basically stem cells, but without having to use
stem cells. Right. And it's not even using like human cells, and that's that's creepy. That's super creepy to me. Yeah. Like
checkmate conservatives.
Yeah.
Explain that one.
Yeah. Right. So this works essentially by cross-germinating this fungi to help stimulate the nervous responses.
My brain is vegan.
What?
My brain is vegan. If you replace all your neurons, oh fuck it.
If you replace your meat with plant.
Oh god.
Is it coconut?
As meat.
There's discussion.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Was that today?
That was today.
That was today.
That was today.
Yeah.
God.
So
a lot of this shit's not gonna make any fucking sense if you didn't watch DLUTITHON.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of inside jokes that are just like.
Yeah. We'll try to keep them brief for the people who
we
couldn't join
won't.
us. Okay, Doug won't.
We're gonna go real deep into it.
So like I said, this is
we're there,
essentially
you weren't.
introducing a foreign fungal parasite infection purposefully into the human nervous system. And
I assume they'd have to do like anti-rejection meds or something.
see, they didn't really go into that, but that's kind of where my brain went. Like any transplant recipient, you need anti-rejection meds and you need to be on them for like years.
I assume if your body's just riddled with like fungal spores, it's gonna be like,
fuck! Like your immune system's gonna
I'm
kick
a mushroom.
in. You're basically your body's gonna eat itself alive, and that's at least that's what I think would happen. But for some reason, they found a way to seamlessly integrate this with the human body, and so that actually explains some of the things that you guys have been talking about, like you feeling other people's limbs, especially like Matt said, if the spores had gotten like into the ventilation system and kind of like mixed and crossed or whatever, that might explain why people feel different things and that. But again, I don't understand the science. Like I get the basics and I get the end result, but like that middle step is just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Total tangent, but I was listening to an episode of Mr. Bond's Medical Mysteries this week.
Okay.
Which is like, if you ever watch Mr. Bond on YouTube, he tells like horror stories and stuff, but he has a podcast that's like just medical mysteries and like horror stories and stuff. And he was talking about this plant, like this pig plant, where they were like slaughtering pigs. And part of the process was basically like using an air gun to liquefy pig brains and like drain the brain and sell the matter. But when they were doing that, they released like all that shit into the air, basically pig brain particles just like into the air.
Oh yeah.
And a bunch of people got really sick because they breathed it in and then their body got confused between what was pig and what was human and started attacking it. So super crazy.
Holy fuck.
But that's like kind of the thing.
But yeah, that's your immune system going, that's a foreign substance.
I bet they use the thing from No Country for Old Men where the guy's just like air blasting.
Or Stranger Things.
Nail gun?
No, it's like a
gun.
It's like it like
it's for killing livestock.
press air and it just goes
Yeah, it shoots this metal spike out.
Just like
It's instant death for the animal,
just
apparently.
like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
Neat.
that.
This kills the crab.
If you guys wanted to know how pigs get killed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
subscribe to our Patreon.
Ugh.
That's all we talk about. Really tall podcast.
So,
It's all
oh my god, I fucking forgot about that. Holy fuck. Maybe we do an episode of that.
yeah.
Oh, why didn't we think about
Yeah, we should have done that.
Yeah, what are we doing? Jesus.
Scrap it. Scrap it.
All right,
We're
fucking
done here.
delete it. Okay, so they've bridged this gap. They've essentially caused your body to reconnect to the limb that's been amputated, and now it can feel things. It starts to regrow the way to move it around. This breakthrough, honestly, it's got a lot of like ways to use it, and that explains the virtual reality. Like if you can interface with something with a Wi-Fi signal, like if you can integrate this to human nervous system, and you can also integrate it into like electronics somehow,
It's human Bluetooth.
literally you could plug yourself into something and be able to feel anything you want. And that reminds me so much of those fucking the sleep beds from. Remember the ones they'd get in the beds and they'd shit
and then-
themselves forever,
And
like,
they'd like kind of fuse into the thing.
yeah, they would fuse into.
Fuck, what was that called?
What episode was that? That was so long ago.
That was so long.
It was like the
ago.
hygiene beds or the like.
That was
got
Mother
this.
Horse Eyes.
Yeah,
That was Mother Horse
Eyes.
Eyes.
Thank you.
Nice, hell yeah.
Relevant.
But
Laughing horse. Orsifices.
Or suffice.
But that's kind of one of the things they want to try and do with this. And that's their whole research leads up to this breakthrough that essentially, I'm guessing that Dr. Fish was excited about that. Fichet. I keep fucking it up.
You know what I was thinking about? And I didn't find this anywhere. This just like kind of came to my head. But like, so they take the limbs, right? And then they inject the fungus into the body. But like, do you think they like inject the fungus into the removed limb too? And then like, could that fungus essentially like neurolink to the body since it's creating the phantom limb,
That
right?
would
Could
make
it
sense.
just like regrow
Like Wi-Fi?
rest of the like could you clone a person from that? Like could it,
Like so, if you
like
like
would the fungus just be like and
so like if you had a head and you fucking like slapped this fucking fungus on the bottom like brick and mortar, you're saying maybe like a body comes out the bottom?
well, it's got this neural link to
Right.
the other body, so it knows what the other body
this
is
just cell?
like.
Huh? It might be.
It is just
Yeah.
so. It's
Oh.
Piccolo.
Never seen that.
Cybermen are gonna start sprouting.
yeah.
on the
Oh, no.
ground.
We are biomen.
Only watch Dragon Ball. Who do that?
Cybermen.
We
Oh,
are
wait, no, that was,
biomen.
no, wait, I was saying that's Daleks. Just to exterminate.
Exterminate.
Exterminate. But yeah, so that's their breakthrough discovery is that holy shit, you can literally reconnect a limb to a human body. And this opens the doors for them to start reaching into virtual reality, into all these different applications. And I kind of think that this is where they get like noticed or funded or something. Because after this is kind of where their test results, their lab results, they all just kind of explode a little bit. It looks almost like they have more patients, they have more people to do this on. But that's, again, I'm not 100% on that. This is all just chunked information. But with that's honestly the most I could find. And then and a lot of that is just assumptions on my part based on how the human body works. Like,
Yeah, and
Right.
yeah, that makes sense.
We have to go off of the limited availability of information here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really there wasn't much.
no,
There just wasn't much.
Yeah.
like even the shit that I like sent to you guys was just piecemeal as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just kind of filling in the blanks, but
This is definitely one of the more niche topics we've ever covered because this is just like scattered bullshit on the internet. So
Mhm.
like another thing with no ending.
oh fuck yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a very
Because usually when we do a topic like this and it seems like, like we're questioning whether it's real or fake,
Yeah.
like there's at least some kind of like cutoff where you're like,
this can't be fucking real.
it's going into like weird story territory, so it's
Right.
gotta be fake or something. But
Right.
this one just like there's just nothing left.
Or there's intentional horror elements.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
So far, this has been kind of clinical.
right. Yeah.
Like,
This is literally just an explanation of a thing. I mean, I guess there's like this oopsie in the lab
There's
where things are
and there's the
people are talking to each other.
the interview where the dude gets an uncontrollable erection, assumedly.
Right. Well, there is more of that because there is a document that is linked in another document that Mike had found that I took a look at, and this one is just about side effects, like potential side effects of this sort of therapy.
PP explosion.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So yeah, let's get into that actually. So apparently there's a list of intended uses for the methods that they eventually come up with, and let's just get to the good one right off the bat, which is limb transfer, which is the most obvious. Like basically, if you can reanimate limbs and you can get them to talk to each other and talk to people, you can reattach them, right? And be able to control them. Well, clonacock essentially is one of the most prominent things that this gets used for, as was apparent by Mike's commercial that he found. But there are some listed symptoms, including frequent and sudden ejaculation during orgasm due to overstimulation of the new penis. The penis may start to resemble a collection of sausages due to multiple cells being used in its creation. So I guess that means that it starts
like a bundle of fucking
like the cells start multiplying so much, I guess, that it becomes just a mass. Cock? Yeah, a bundle of sausages, apparently. A heightened sense of smell. A heightened sense of smell is another one.
Right.
New penises are known to emit an unusual odor that is often described as fishy or sulfurous.
New car smell.
Yeah, egg.
New car smell. Yo.
Demon penis. Demon penis.
Increased sensitivity in the hands and feet due to the transfer of nerve endings from other parts of the body during cloning. So basically, this kind of seems like when the process is being done and they're reattaching the penis or whatever, that those nerve endings and like fungal shit starts spreading to other parts of the body and it, like basically increases the amount of nerve endings that you have in certain parts of your body, or at least the neural activity, and it increases sensitivity in other parts of your body that aren't necessarily intended. The sudden growth of a second set of eyebrows on the forehead as a result of additional skin cells being used in the cloning process. So I guess this is basically, I don't know why it's eyebrows specifically. I guess just extra hair growth.
Think of the fucking maneuvers you could do. You'd be like,
oh my God.
Right. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
100%. I can be.
Yeah.
Just like super long eyebrows, like double rows, fucking pinstripes.
Yeah.
Fucking racing stripes on my forehead.
Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Then like we get into a more reasonable, just general repairing organs. Some of the unintended consequences of these are the patient's hair begins to turn green overnight due to a mutation in a gene involved with pigment production. A patient suddenly developing an intense fear of clowns as a result of the modification of a circadian rhythm regulator. Don't know. The patient starts speaking in a Scottish accent due to a genetic alteration affecting language processing. So I've actually heard of something like this happening.
Oh my God,
before, where like people get brain damage and they wake up and they just have like a German accent, or something like that.
I've heard of that. I don't know. It's not like it's not specific like this,
right?
I mean, maybe this is the same.
Yeah, I don't know why it's specifically. Maybe it's just something that sounds Scottish.
Maybe it's trending Scottish.
It's trending Scottish for sure. The patient developing an uncontrollable urge to sing show tunes at all hours of the day and night due to a mutation in the dopamine receptor gene. The patient suddenly becoming afraid of heights after a genetic modification affecting balance. The patient starting to exhibit signs of kleptomania as a result of changes in the brain reward system regulating dopamine. So I guess it just starts suddenly rewarding people for stealing things.
So now, if you were rewarded for like helping somebody before, now you're rewarded if you do steal shit?
Right, yeah, exactly. The patient developing an uncontrollable urge to lick objects such as walls and floors due to a mutation in a gene involved in social behavior.
Huh? My child does this. She licks doorknobs and hinges.
Have you had any part of your baby reattached lately? Lately?
What's the time frame on lately?
I mean, it's a fairly new baby. I mean,
fairly new. Going on a year now.
Is the warranty up yet?
Oh, almost. I still got a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You'll be good. Just return it. And then we have some advertised uses of things that you can do to improve yourself and different experiences that you can have. So basically, since they can clone different parts of the body, they're starting to just like reproduce parts of specific people. So run on your favorite athlete's legs is an advertised benefit of this procedures. But some of the accidental side
Like
effects
Danny
are
DeVito's.
when you sit down to watch. Yeah, exactly.
That's the one I'd pick. Yep.
Yeah.
And that might be what causes this. When you sit down to watch TV, you'll suddenly feel the urge to sprint and jump like a professional basketball player, or you won't be able to avoid the urge to do a high five every time somebody says awesome. Cool.
Yowza.
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 Exactly. General side effects include your new body parts may not get along with other of your original body parts, leading to physical clashes. For example, if you replace your
Physical
right
clashes?
hand with a left-handed person's hand, it could lead to friction between the two hands, causing them to argue over which hand is dominant.
Do they like argue like no, not me? How do you
Huh?
argue
I
me?
think
I
that
think
would
it's
mean,
just
like,
a sense.
If I went to go adjust this with my dominant hand, I'd be
Right.
like,
Wait, no. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think their hands are physically arguing. I think it's just your brain
I prefer
arguing.
this.
We've seen
Every second.
Evil Dead 2 here, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Where his
duh.
hand becomes evil,
Yeah,
and he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
imagining in my brain.
And then we have more limb augmentations, which are basically just like giving yourself superpowers. So X-ray vision is an option. Unintended consequences, you might get sunburn easily since your eyes are more sensitive to UV light. People who don't have X-ray vision may see you as a glowing blob. Your clothes might turn transparent when hit by X-rays, which could be embarrassing in certain situations.
I like that these guys are jokesters.
yeah.
There's
They got
Exactly.
some
They're little
levity.
stinkers. A little
Right.
bit.
I don't see. This document wasn't actually in a document that's branded like by the facility. It's just I don't know if this is just somebody having a goof.
It
Like-
sounds like somebody having
Having
a
It
a
good
definitely
Jake?
sounds like
Yeah.
somebody having a goof.
I didn't even
Um,
like people seeing this and just going like, "This would be funny." Like,
Yeah.
this is pretty funny.
Yeah, I have to imagine somebody stumbled across the same things we stumbled upon
jerk off
and
hands.
just made
like jazz
this
hands.
list of things. Replacing your guns,
Jizz hands.
Just hands.
replacing your hands with guns is another option.
Yo,
Whoa.
Your body,
sign me up.
your body temperature may increase to the point where you start sweating bullets. You'll have a constant need to fire weapons at everything around
Sweating bullets.
you.
Hello, me,
This
it's
is getting
me
into
again.
Chainsaw Man territory.
Yeah, and
100%.
reinforcing your skeleton. You may develop an obsession with eating bones.
What are you saying, Mike?
Oh, that was a Megadeth reference.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
To say just one more time, you gotta put the jorts.
Now the rabbit.
put the jorts
yeah,
on the rabbit
jorts,
for
they
sure.
make
On
some
the
better-
rabbit.
Gorgomon.
Gotta do it.
You may develop a strange attraction towards bones and skeletons, which can be interpreted as a fascination with death and mortality, but can cause unease among friends and family. And then there's like what Jason was talking about with like VR, basically, where you can experience things outside of your body by having like a Wi-Fi connection to other things. And the only unintended consequence of that they have listed is never returning to your body, which sounds like probably good enough reason to
Just
not
Shut that shit
Yeah.
the fuck down.
So again, this is just in a text document with no branding or no like official. It doesn't look very official. I don't know if this is just having a goof, or if somebody wrote this, or if it's part of the whole experience of whatever the fuck this is. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Whatever the hell this is.
Whatever the fuck that was.
So that so those were the alarm bells that kind of got wrong. There was an incident, and that kind of is the reason why we don't have any of the information anymore. Essentially what happened is after they found out that they could basically connect humans to their old limbs, humans to VR, like all of these applications, they pressed the fast
Hold on,
forward
turning my
button.
Bluetooth on.
Yeah. Bluetooth volume. Okay.
Hey, Alexa.
Call mom.
Skip that one.
I really hope nobody's or anything that's called their
Ugh,
mother.
voicemail.
That'd be-
Mhm.
So there's something happened in one of the labs, and one of the unintended side effects that actually led to the release of this fungus was they did not account for the fact that when they designed a fungus to interpret and transmit like signals from the internet, electrical signals to the human body, they essentially gave a fungus the ability to transmit itself through electrical conduits. So now that they have this thing hooked up to VR and you can connect basically by Bluetooth and it sends you signals that you're perceiving in your brain from the internet, now this thing has traveled through essentially like the wiring of the building and it spread outside the containment center. And then from there, it started spreading outside the building. And once it got outside the building, well, now it's just fucking everywhere. It's a fungus. And so this is kind of when we start seeing a lot of these things.
So fucked up.
This is where we start seeing a lot of these random things like, what the fuck's going on? Like, this is weird. Why is this happening?
This is weird.
What is this doing?
Why is this so
doing
weird?
that?
Yeah.
That's where all of these things come from.
Why is it continuing to be even weirder?
Yeah.
Where am I growing new eyebrows?
Why do I have a fourth set?
And a fifth.
Spoilers, that shit happened in the first 5 minutes, bro.
So from kind of one thing that I have gleaned is that during it was actually one of the lab notes. I'm assuming it's one of the ones that you had looked through.
What part?
Fuck, hold on. Where is it?
I can pull mine. I'll pull it up real quick.
I got it. Oh no, I've just got the whole thing. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. So this is actually from this is after Dr. Rossi and Dr. Fichet got some staff, and this was one Dr. Emily Patel. A lot of this is redacted. There's nothing about dates or anything like that. A lot of it's kind of illegible. It looks kind of to be like a handwritten memo, and it's introduces herself, and then she starts talking about this experiment or this test that was run. There were 3 healthy adult volunteers identified as subjects A, B, and C, and they were selected based on their willingness to participate and their compatibility with the gene modification protocol. At this point, we know that this has gone to like human trials, and if it hasn't, they're doing them anyway. They start testing, and they're able to basically link these people to the internet. They have this full experience in VR. They can feel sensations, they can smell smells, they can see things. However, when they tried to pull them out, it almost like was like resistant, and it kept them for a second, and then they basically pulled the plug. Well, when they pulled the plug, that shut off the restraint for this fungal connection device, and it literally said, okay, cool, I'm just going to take over. That's how it got into the system, outside the building, and essentially there is...
This is the plot of Resident Evil.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's any
Basically.
Outbreak movie, I guess.
Less conduits.
Okay.
Need more Vespine gas.
One of the things I did
Yeah.
find that I think came from this specific thing was this. It was a social media interaction, and it was about this girl talking, basically just asking for help. Like, she's like, I don't know what's going on.
Mushrooms in my
There's mushrooms in my
brain.
behind my face, on the back of my face.
I feel someone else's ass on my front.
Well, she starts describing like she has this weird, like, itchy, scratchy feeling like on her head, and it's almost like she almost feels like someone's moving her hair, but like it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel normal. And she goes on to say like how she got a haircut like not too long ago, and like ever since like she got this haircut, she started her hair almost started feeling weird. She goes on to say like it's almost like somebody is touching parts of my hair that aren't attached to me anymore. And so that's strange to me because hair's dead. Like that ain't supposed to be feeling anything.
Yeah.
Which means the human body knows where that hair is and is projecting like the feeling for it.
Or they're like, okay, that's interesting.
So like if you go get your haircut at the salon and they start sweeping it up, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Like, oh.
Get the brush off my head.
Or if you shave
Yeah.
and this goes down the sink,
You'd
you
feel
just
that.
feel it
You'd feel
tumbling
water, like,
through.
pouring down
Would you just like,
there.
would your consciousness or feeling just like constantly expand throughout the world as like particles of
Is this
you
how hive minds
begin
start?
Ugh.
Oh fuck.
I can feel myself in China right now.
Floating in the Red Sea.
There was another one I found as well. It was a pretty short one. It was the
What?
same
Is it
kind of
giants?
content matter, but
Oh.
it was for fingernails
sound-
instead. So the weird part about this is that almost like it's letting you feel dead things instead of just things that have been cut off. And that's super fucking strange. And I'm not okay with that.
Where the fuck
No.
am I?
You back?
Yeah, I figured I'd just throw that in there
Good, bro.
for good measure, you know.
Rebooting. But yeah, I mean,
Yowzas.
again, that's piecemeal.
Wow. Nope.
What?
Why was that?
Huh?
Red Sea is not even close to
Yeah,
China.
that didn't seem
What is
right to me.
what is happening over here? Where do Red
We've
Sea?
collectively stopped listening to you.
That's fine. I'm
It's
done.
fine. Same thing happened to me too. So it's all good.
I get it.
Yeah.
We're on
13
ADD
hours.
time.
But honestly, I think that's just about everything that I could actually find on this. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys found any more.
Just
No.
the man whose penis blew up.
Yeah.
Take him to the penis explosion chamber.
So now I'm starting to think maybe he got too much fungi in his cock.
That's not fun.
Yeah,
Guy.
no, that's not fun, guys. Yeah. I think this is the first one in a long time that we can very safely do a real or fake.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Hundo
All right.
P.
And there's no Discord latency.
Yeah.
So we can do it on account.
We
What,
can't.
Hell
what
yeah.
perfect timing.
On
not gonna be-
go.
You've already introduced a new
One
element.
go, 3, 2,
Fake.
go.
What?
Three.
You said go second, right?
Go.
What?
3,
3.
1, go.
Go.
Real.
Real.
Real. I kind of think it's fake.
Okay. Why?
I think that this is absolutely okay. Actually, let me revise that. I think this is more of a hybrid.
Okay.
I think
Every
somebody
man-
found some real information or some real logs about something that was happening.
And doctored it to make it look like more than it actually was.
At least with some of it, especially the
Okay.
shit, like the some of the stuff you were talking about. But
Yeah, the side
unintended
effects can't be real.
Was
Like,
the Dr.
that's-
Patel, I meant to ask this, was
Emily
she,
Patel?
yeah, was she a whistleblower technically?
I also think
Honestly, I
she
don't
was
know.
the doctor from my commercials. The lady in the lab coat.
I'm a doctor.
Alrighty then.
All I had to say.
Dog's on fire tonight, guys.
I was gonna say I don't think
Just full of one-liners.
I don't think she is a whistleblower because in her like log for it says that further research is recommended.
Okay, all right.
So I think
I
she
wasn't
was
sure if
totally
she was
on
a part of
board
that
with
because in my section it mentioned whistleblowers, but I only ever found the one.
Okay.
So the Dr. Reed or whatever
Oh.
her name was.
I mean, it could again lost to the internet. It could just be somebody trying to fluff it up. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
my
actually
gut.
said real for the same reason that you said fake. Like
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on the other side of it. Like I think there are more elements to this that are real than are fake.
Yeah.
Because like I think the list of symptoms is fake. Obviously, because
yes.
they're funny. Like
They're fucking
it's-
hilarious.
Right? Yeah. No, God's not that funny.
No.
Yeah,
is
he doesn't have
he
that
can be a
kind of.
little
He doesn't
funny
have that sense.
sometimes.
of
God ain't
humor.
cool like that.
Right. So there's no way all that stuff happened and laid itself out in such a humorous way. But I do think that because there seems like there's some validity and there's too much of a budget for the videos for them to just have been made by some random person just making like an analog horror or something like
Yeah,
So
they
they
would have
have
had
to-
to have the copyright for Everybody Loves Raymond.
that. Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
That's the piece of the puzzle that,
That
like
is-
Mike's like, no.
Yeah, no, this is where I got you. But I also think they found like some real footage that had some of this information in it and then either doctored some documents or just totally made up some surrounding information and like put it out there to either create
It's a
maybe
psyop.
I don't know if they're creating an ARG, if it was just a fun project to see if
Oh.
anybody noticed.
Yeah, I didn't really consider
But but I think the core information is real. Like
yeah,
it's maybe something fake that's built on top of a lot of real
stuff.
material.
That's fair. I could get behind that, honestly.
It's the clinical, like the clinicality of it. Like the,
Right.
You're
this is how
clinical.
this works, and this is how this does this, and like it just like it tells you, albeit in giant fucking medical terms, but
Yeah. Doug,
Whoa.
reasoning.
I don't know. I'm torn. Okay, so I guess after hearing your kind of explanation, I kind of feel like I might be on the same side with you now because it seems more feasible that The symptoms are very fake for
Right,
sure.
yeah.
Like there's no
We can
getting
agree on
around
that,
that.
Yeah, I think we all
Um,
agree.
But
Only Megadeth can
I
sweat.
think the science behind it is real. I don't know if the story is real, but I think the science behind it is real, and I think that gives it enough validity in my mind to be like, there's something to this at some point, right?
Yeah, mushrooms are scary, man.
I would love to have Bluetooth in my nips, but
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, the fungus are fucking terrifying. Have you heard of the zombie fungus that takes over tarantulas?
yeah,
and, kills it
yeah.
and uses it to move?
That shit's creepy.
Yeah,
not-
there's also like a fungus-based
cool.
zombie dust that they in Haiti a while ago. They used it in Russia too at some point and essentially they blow it in your face and you lose all ability to think, reason, or do anything. You're like in a comatose state and you can receive orders, and that's about it.
Not a fun time.
Not at all. And there was a guy that was doing this to like hundreds, or not hundreds, but it was like a
Matt was
dozen
one of
fucking-
them.
Creating a zombie army.
Yeah. Yep.
Matt knows from experience.
He was one of the zombies.
He still is my
Still
zombie. Did I say that
so
Michael.
I'm real because the Everybody Loves Raymond bit.
Okay. You want to explain?
Nope.
No,
I don't want to explain Raymond.
No, I mean you covered it.
Cordyceps.
I don't have anything else to say other than
Oh,
what
shit.
you said.
Yeah,
And
this
plus,
totally
it's
is
Ram-
fine.
And plus Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a real.
I think we need to hit up Ray.
This is actually just a
Deborah, they found my fungus experiment.
Deborah.
Okay. Well,
We did it.
Plug us out.
yeah, mummy dust. That's what
Yeah.
I was
Diluti.com.
Hey, Dust.
Find us on socials.
DLUTITHon,
everywhere.
DLUTITHon. It's right now.
It's happening.
DLUTITHon!
As we're
No, I can't
recording
go.
this.
As we're recording. So just go to all our socials. We're either at DilutiPod or at Don't Look on the Internet.
Actually, when we release this, DLUTITHon will be over, but the video will still be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you should. There's going to be
Watch it
24 hours of footage for you to
Ingest.
do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Do whatever you want with it.
Um,
Just don't tell me about it.
Exactly.
Keep it to
yourself.
buymeacoffee.com/DilutiPod.
Diluti.com/diluti.com.
Yep.
Slash
Go to
Diluti.com.
Fourth.wall
Dot-
yeah.
Mambo 5.
If
Yeah.
anybody
Slash-
picks this,
slash
Dot Bega.
Bega. Dot Bega.
if anybody picks this episode to get like their where do I find these guys at? They're gonna have a bad time.
Diluti.com.
Mhm.
There you go. Gmail, dilutipod@gmail.com.
Duty Pod.
Phone number
Ghoulish mortals.
630-909-9366. Text it. We text back. Leave voicemail. We play it on show. Ghoulish
I
Mortals.
play it on the show. Jason
You play it on
doesn't.
show.
Yeah, I forget. God.
Yeah.
Ghoulish Mortals is a
So
thing.
sorry.
To do what?
To put the
You shop with
voicemails.
them. And Undefined Graphics, Mike Lowy is a thing.
Yeah.
Buys photos and
Listen
his,
to the viscosity of
graphic
his
art.
voice. Is that the right word?
No, but it'll work.
Is
I'm
it
tired.
velocity?
This has
Listen to his
been
velocity.
Walter Cronkite with Channel 7 News, and I'm logging off. Matt, what do you got to say?
Takanawa. And
Let's get it on.
I'm Walter
Yeah.
Cronkite.
What do you got?
I'm Trisha Takanawa.
Okay. Doug, what do you got for the people, beautiful
I
people?
don't think I've properly said slap your peens and beans on stream yet in almost 14 hours.
My tum
So-
hurts.
Yeah. Is that a thing from talking too much? It's
What?
from it's
No, it's probably from all the hot sauce.
Yeah, that. Anyways, slap your peens and beans together. Do it for 24 hours straight.
Jason?
As always, stay paranoid. Stay the fuck away from mushrooms.
Oh,
No. Do mushrooms.
Yeah, only the ones you find under.
They have great
cow
benefits. Microdose that shit. Become happy.
Actually, yeah.
Be happy again.
better company.
For the first time in decades, be happy again.
Be happy.
That
PSA, you heard it here
was
first.
That was Jada's question earlier. His Dr. Jason, he wanted to know.
And that's what I
when-
said. I said it's, and that's the fun part. And then I paused.
Cool. Right. Yeah. We got there
Backed
eventually.
it up and fucking sent it.
Bye,
This
everybody.
is medical advice.
Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful
We
day.
love you. I think we're tired.
We love you. We love you.
I love you. Good night. Good night. I love you. I love you.
O'Reilly's. All right,
Good
let's go.
night.